Hi, this is Alicia, founder of Jenner McGinn Studio. I'm so glad you're going to be making cyanotypes with one of our art boxes. Cyanotype is a photographic printing process using the sun to develop the image. This video will walk you through the steps to create beautiful prints. Included in your box are 2 dropper bottles labeled A and B, a container to mix the liquids, 5 pieces of heavy watercolor paper, a foam brush, and a 5x7 frame. You'll also need a few things from home: a flat work surface that you can carry outside, a collection of leaves with interesting shapes — we love ferns or stems that have lots of tiny leaves — some tape to secure the glass to your work surface, and a tray or a pan to rinse the paper at the end. To get started, grab the liquids, the mixing container, paper, and the foam brush. It's important to mix the liquids in a place that has no sunlight. A basement or a closed garage are a great place to do this. We even like to do ours by candlelight to make it more fun. Add equal parts from bottles A and B to the plastic container provided. If the droppers give you problems, use the plastic spoon included instead. Use 3 to 4 drops from the dropper, or 1 to 2 teaspoons of each liquid. That will be enough to cover all the watercolor paper from the box. Be sure to only mix as much as you're going to use right now, since the liquid can't be saved after it's mixed. There will probably be some extra, so you can make more cyanotypes another time. Bottle A is ferric ammonium citrate, and bottle B is potassium ferrocyanide. Once mixed, they become very sensitive to ultraviolet light, which is why you need to do this part of the project in a dark place or one that doesn't get any sun. Give the container a gentle swirl to mix it well. Next, dip your foam brush into the liquid mixture and paint clean, straight lines from top to bottom. Leave a small border around the edge. Go ahead and paint all 5 pieces of paper, smoothing out any puddles or uneven areas, then leave them to dry. Put the paper in a dark place, like a drawer or a cabinet, to dry really well for about 30 minutes. While it dries, go collect your objects. Remember, the more detailed, the better in order to create interesting shapes. Once your paper's dry, again in a place that doesn't get any sunlight, start arranging what you've collected. Have fun creating your composition. Wherever you put an object, that will end up white. The rest will turn blue in the sun. When your first layout is complete, get the glass out of the frame provided and lay that on top. It will help hold the objects in place so the sun doesn't get underneath. Then, tape around the edge to hold the glass down tight. Make sure the tape doesn't cover any of the painted green area, or it will turn white in the developing process. Carefully carry your work surface outside and put it in the direct sunlight for at least 30 minutes. You'll see the paper turn color as soon as it gets exposed to the sunlight. Once it is dark blue, after about 30 minutes, remove the tape and objects and carefully set the glass aside. Put the paper directly into cool water to start the development process. You can run it under the faucet or fill a tin with water to rinse off the emulsion. You'll want to keep the water moving over the surface of the paper for about 5 minutes, so if you're using a tray, gently shake it. Here's another example of a simple piece we created using just a fern. You'll only be able to do one piece at a time unless you have some glass or plexi that you can use at your house. Or you can always save the paper to use for later too. It's best to put it in a brown bag and store it in a dark place to ensure it doesn't start to develop. Once you take the paper out of the water, let it dry on some paper towels. Note that the longer you keep the paper in the sun, the darker the blue background will be, so they all might look a little different. Finally, once all of your designs are dry, choose your favorite to put in the frame. Be sure to clean the glass you used before putting it back into the frame. I hope you had fun creating your cyanotype project. We'd love to see your photos. Share on Instagram and tag Jenner McGinn Studio. And if you want to try more art boxes, check the website at jennermcginnstudio.com.